Hey, everyone, Coach Curtis Phelan here, coming to you from sunny Southwest Florida here in Naples. Hey, that's not in the background, it's a fake background, but that's what it looks like outside. Let me share my screen. I wanted to, while everything populates here, I just wanted to say hi. My name's Curtis Phelan. I've been a results life and business coaching, a coach for over 25 years now. And I just wanted to, I'm going through this 30-day programs, 30X with Brad Sugars, and it's about creating wealth. And I just thought, it might help some people right now what I'm learning and just share. It's going to be as brief as I can, maybe 10, 15 minutes, but I'll try to keep it as fast and as brief as I can. But also, I want to make sure that there's value because I know we're all busy in our world and our life. So let me share my screen real quick and I'll just go over some notes. And these are notes from this is day 3. Yeah, day 3. So today is about the millionaire mindset. I don't know if I shared the video um everywhere yesterday, but it's on my YouTube channel. But I'll make sure to do these instead. I think Zoom works better because then I can share it everywhere. So, anyways, today, millionaire mindset. So 48 ways to work towards money. Okay. So some of you might say, hey, that'd be cool, right? Now, keep in mind, I know a lot of people are struggling right now, and things are tough for some people, but this isn't about get rich quick or try to make $1 million this year. This is about how true wealthy multi-millionaire and billionaires generate and create wealth. Okay. So anyways, number one, it's a lot. So I'll talk as quickly as I can. Wealthy people are always learning. Okay. They're always reading. They're always looking at business advisors, magazines and books and watching it on the news. Now, if they watch news, it's, they try to stay away from the negative stuff. It's more business, news sites and things like that, C-SPAN and stuff. They're learning about investing, and they're talking to investors, and they're just learning. And the other thing is a great thing to do is it's about they invest in their mindset. They invest in themselves. Okay. Number 2, so they're always learning. They're always growing. They're always wanting to learn more. They don't just learn some things and that's it. So they're hungry for knowledge. Excuse me. Number 2, they have very high expectations. They expect to win. Okay. They demand it of themselves, right? They're very competitive. They think in abundance, not scarcity. They believe that everyone can win. Okay. They believe that the deal of the century comes along every day. Okay. So it's not like, there's a great book that you should read or listen to by Wallace D. Wattles. Okay. I'm trying to think of the name of it right now off the top of my head. Sorry, I'm trying to keep these short. And my mind doesn't always serve me on the spot. So I'll think about it and I'll come back to it. But anyways, it was the book that was written before Think and Grow Rich. And it's all about knowing and understanding that there's more opportunity, there's more of everything in the world than we could ever imagine. So you want to think in the area of abundance and not scarcity. Okay. Wealthy people, they make it a game. They make it fun every day. Okay. Learning about wealth, creating wealth, generating wealth. It's a game to them. Okay. It's fun. They make it exciting, right? Like when you're a kid, it's like they're almost a kid when it comes to making deals and things like that. Another, number 5, ask good questions, right? Lead them to more wealth, listening, not talking, interviewing them. Okay. So I'm just looking at my notes. So yeah, so they ask great questions. They're very inquisitive, right? When they meet people, they ask them questions about especially wealthy people, to find out how they think, how they operate, what are their beliefs, things like that. So they're very good at asking questions. They talk, as they say, they talk twice as much as they listen as twice as much as they talk. Okay, I'm a little tongue tied today here. So number 6, the long term. They think in the long term. Okay, so they delay gratification. They're very, very good at disciplining themselves in that area specifically. They think for the long term. They don't, try to just make a bunch of money and get some things. They're thinking long term. And they really can delay gratification. That's what it's all about. 7, they pay themselves first, right? You want to make sure, like we talked, if you saw the video yesterday, it was all about creating a second account. You can go to your bank right now, create a second account that's strictly for saving and investing. Take 10 or 20%, and make it so that it's almost automatic, whether it's weekly or monthly. There's a certain amount goes into that account and you don't touch it. And you can even make it more difficult to access by, maybe requiring second signatures and things like that, so that it's only used for investments. Number 8, let me see. Oh, so they minimize their taxes, their fees, their costs, their credit cards, their bank, their mortgage interests. They make sure that they are very diligent in that area to minimize their fees. You really, restaurant checks, things like that. They check the bill. What did I overpay? That's those things, those types of things. Delivery things like delivery fees. I realize I work from home and I'm at home a lot, and I get groceries and things like that delivered. And when I learned this, I thought, wow, look at my fees. I mean, the fee was ridiculous. Like free delivery, yeah, but there's some blah 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 fee, right? that they add. And these days, a lot of delivery companies are doing that. So if you do any type of delivery stuff, check your fees, get your receipt and look at it. I think the fee was $21 or something like that. I was blown away. Free delivery from Publix, but it was an astronomical convenience fee or something like that. So that's gone. Okay. So anyways, they're diligent about that stuff. Number 9, right? We're on number 9. Yeah. No silver bullet, right? It's small steps, a lot of small deals. What is it? Cinch by the inch. I'm trying to remember that quote, but anyways, it's they focus on, they know that there's no magic bullet, there's no silver, boom, everything's successful. They know that you got to have a plan, you got to follow it step by step, and it's a slow progression, but sticking with the plan, following those small little steps every day, they know that they'll get there, right? It's kind of like the tortoise and the hare, right? Yeah, I think it's inch by inch, it's a cinch. Some of you probably already said that, so I think I just read that through the universe. Yeah, inch by inch, it's a cinch. So I don't know, maybe that's a Dr. Seuss thing. Number 10, focus on their daily habits, right? Now that's really key. You got to really, one thing I learned a long time ago was write down your daily habits, or start to write them down. Start to recognize and notice your daily habits. If you're not, a lot of times we're not aware of what we're doing and why our life's like it is because we're not paying attention, right? So carry a little notebook with you, and when you notice a habit or something like that takes you away from generating wealth, say, wow, that's a habit I have. I need to maybe rethink this, right? So they focus on their daily habits. They know that they have to create habits that are going to ensure their wealth. Okay. 11, right people. They hang around the right people, right? Hang around people that are ready for your future, not conducive of your past if you're not happy with your past, right? Number 12, they embrace change. They celebrate change. Number 13, they make things happen. They take action. They're very proactive with action. It's all about, there's no question. It's going to happen. They find a way to make it happen. Okay. No matter what. Number 14, money's a friend. They treat it like a good friend. They don't respect it, right? They don't, you got to understand that. Why would the universe, if you can't treat a small amount of money with respect by wasting it and just giving it away and granted, I'm guilty of all this stuff, so that's why I'm sharing it with you, with everybody. I've given money away to people that I shouldn't have given away to. You know what I mean? Like not that I don't care, but it's like I didn't have it. I'm just a giver. I try to help people. And I believe it will come back, but that's not smart, right? It's not wise. So where were we? I got to mark where we are so I don't lose track here. So anyways, yeah, money's a friend. So treat it like your best friend, right? Respect it, take care of it. Not like you're gonna pet your money, right? Pat it on the back, but almost, treat it with some respect, treat it like a good friend. And the universe will reward you. It's not gonna allow you to generate massive wealth if you can't respect a small amount of money. Number 15, they love trying something new. They're always testing boundaries. Number 16, they have patience. It's a virtue. Patience is a virtue for wealthy people. Everything they do, it's a 90 days. They give everything in 90 days minimum. They have a very strong work ethic. Number 17, they set goals. They have them in writing. They look at them. They think about them. They dream about them. They visualize them. They create the feelings about their goals. They get truly involved in their written goals. 18, they have very strong self-belief in themselves. They back themselves. They invest in themselves. You know, and that's for a lot of people is tough, you know, really truly believing in yourself. You know, that was one that I had for a long time, because I know that I like to self-sabotage and things like that. So there's a lot of things that I haven't done in my life, because I know, wow, you know, I thought, you know, if I did that, I'd probably destroy myself. You know, I'd probably destroy it. You know what I mean? No one will take care of you as well as you will. So that's one actually I learned from my dad, actually, and that's pretty cool. And he always tells me, you know, take care of yourself, because no one will take as good a care of you as yourself. That's true, right? You got to make sure you take care of yourself. Number 19, know your strengths. Well, sorry, they know their strengths. Wealthy people know their strengths, and they know their weaknesses, and they play to them. Okay. Very important. Know your strengths and know your weaknesses, and play to your strengths. Okay. Number 20, they have self-discipline. Okay. They do it when they don't want to. Okay. I have a good friend here, Ray Higdon. I'll mention him here. Ray is really good at this. I think one of the main things that made him as successful as he is, if you don't know Ray, he's very good at, I mean, and he even preaches that, you know, it's do the thing when you don't feel like it. You know, that's what makes wealthy people or successful people successful. They do what's required to create that success, that wealth, whether they feel like it or not. Okay. Whether they're sick or not. You know, I've had the fortune to work for some very successful people, you know, Tony Robbins and Mark Leader and people like that, and work side by side with them. And I know there's times where it's like they were almost deathly ill before getting on stage, but you get yourself in state and you're on stage and you get it done, right? No matter what, never missing an event, you know, figuring it out no matter what. The flight's delayed, so what? Make it happen. You know, these types of things. So they're very disciplined, and they make it happen. Number 21, examine yourself. Know your passions. Number 22, wealthy people know if it seems to be, if it's too good to be true, then it might be. Now, there's some things that they seem like there might be too good to be true, but they're good things, right? But typically, if something, you know, for wealthy people, they realize that if something just seems really too good to be true, they investigate a little more. Okay. Doesn't mean that they're not going to do it. It just means that there's something there that they need to make sure that they check out. Okay. Number 23, build relationships. A lot of time, they invest a lot of time and energy on relationships. They understand, wealthy people understand that relationships create wealth. Okay. Relationship creates wealth. Number 24 is be around people smarter than you. So that's, I mean, a lot of these kind of can go together. That's why I'm skipping. But, you know, wealthy people, that's what they do. You know, I mean, it's kind of a common denominator. Wealthy people that I've interviewed and talked to, Tony Robbins. I have an uncle that does very well. Excuse me. I've been on the phone all day. What was the other one I was going to say? I had a friend in Houston. He was the top top realtor in the Houston area. And it was all, he said, it was all about how many friends do you make every day? So he has a goal of making 3 to 5 friends every single day. That's his goal. That's it. That was his goal. Make 3 to 5 friends every day. And he was the top realtor in the Houston area for, I don't know how many decades. He's, you know, long time retired now. But, you know, wealthy people, that's what they do. If you think about it and you watch them, you think they treat people great and they create relationships, and that's what it's all about. All right. So number 25, wealthy people, they celebrate success. They also celebrate other people's success. I think that's more important, celebrating other people's success. Celebrate your success. You know, you make that sale, jump up, give yourself a high five, give yourself a pat on the back, right? Things like that. Go woohoo, whatever you got to do, right? Just to celebrate. If you're by yourself, great. You know, the neighbors think you're nuts, whatever. The birds walking, you know, flying by, whatever, think you're crazy. You scare them off your patio. But really celebrate other people's success. Now, wealthy people go out of their way to celebrate others. Okay, they'll they'll look, when they see somebody do, create success or do something, positive, or whatever, they'll go out of their way to call them or message them and congratulate them. Okay. It makes people feel good, right? It's all about creating these relationships. Number 26, wealthy people. Okay, this one's new to me. So poor people sell time, rich people buy time. Okay. So poor people, right? They sell time, right? And then rich people, they buy time. That's their focus, is buying time. They know that time is important with their friends and family, things like that. So number 27, be rich, don't look rich. We talked about that yesterday, if you saw the video. They are more focused on being wealthy, being rich, being successful, because they know that it can help more people, can help the society more than looking rich. They'd rather make sure that others and them and the world is better off than them trying to look good. Okay. 28, they believe that wealth is good. Wealthy people do good. It's a good thing. It adds value to society, right? Without wealth, you can't help society. I mean, yeah, you can go work at a soup kitchen and serve soup, right? You can go make some people feel good, things like that. But you can do so much more with wealth for the homeless. You can build homeless shelters. I'm talking big time thinkers. Okay. I'm not talking about just going and helping some, one or two people out. Wealthy people, they think in big picture. They think, how many people can I help today? Okay. How, creating an orphanage, overseas. I have one of my mentors, Robert Halls. He's got an orphanage. Okay. Guy's got an orphanage, right? Imagine how many children he's helped, So anyways, number 29, add value. How you create wealth. I don't remember what this one was. Add value. Oh, so yeah, of course. So how you create wealth is you add value. You add value to others, you add value to things. They understand that wealth is by taking something or creating something that adds value to people's lives. When Brad, who was teaching this, Brad Sugars, he said he owns a restaurant. So, in the restaurant, for example, right, they use premium, steak and things like that, premium ingredients, and an ideal environment for people to come and dine in. So he's adding value to people's lives, and that creates, he's a very successful restaurant. That's not all he does. I'm just saying that's one of the many, many businesses he owns. He was just using that as an example. Number 30, they respect money. I think that went back to one of the previous ones. Some of these kind of overlap, but they really respect money. They don't disrespect it. Okay. Like, don't disrespect your parents, right? They don't disrespect money and treat it poorly. Number 31. And I'm going somewhere with this. There is homework. Okay. Which is pretty cool. You're going to pick at least 5 of these that you want to focus on and improve. Okay. Now, 31, they don't believe in luck. They're not lucky. Okay. They believe it's labor under correct knowledge. Okay. They are number 32. So they are proactive action takers. They don't wait until something makes them or forces them into action. They're proactive in action. They're always moving. They're always going. They don't stop. If you look at small business owners, things like that, they just cannot stop, can't sit still. But it's not just being crazy or sporadic, right? Or OCD. They believe things have to happen now. I think that's one of the next ones. They believe things have to happen now. It can't wait till tomorrow. We got to make this happen. They're proactive before they have to pay a bill. They pay a bill, things like that. Okay. Now, let me see. They respect money, not lucky, greed. Oh, number 33. We're almost there, guys. 48. So, greed is stupid. Okay. It doesn't work being greedy. Okay. 34, they have massive gratitude. They go above and beyond to show gratitude to others. Number 35, they believe in a higher source, whether that's God, Buddha, Allah, the universe, I don't know, whatever whatever you believe in. They believe in a higher source. Number 36, this one's huge. They believe in being nice to people no matter what. They're always nice to people. Granted, there's some wealthy people out there that, might not fit some of these, but the majority of wealthy people, they are very nice to people. I find that the ones that aren't really nice usually are the ones that didn't earn their wealth, right? So usually, people that go and they create their own wealth, they understand relationships. They're very, very nice to people. I have some relatives that are wealthy, and they're always nice to everybody. So I know it's true. Now, number 37, they're very inquisitive or curious. Okay. They want to learn. They want to ask questions. Some of my notes, I just were typing these while he was talking. So they want to learn. They want to ask questions. They're very curious. Okay. They're just ferocious learners. Okay. 38, they're a little crazy and fearless. You got to be, look at Sir Richard Branson, people like that. They're very wealthy. They're a little eccentric, right? They're a little cuckoo, right? But they're not. They're just, people might think that they're crazy, okay? Just because they do things differently, they act differently. Yeah, number 39, they're persistent, they're tenacious, they're hungry. I added that. I know they're hungry. They're Les Brown always says you got to be hungry, right? Got to be hungry. So anyways, number 40, they're courageous. They act despite fear, right? Being courageous is not the lack of fear. It's being courageous is acting. Everyone has fear. Everybody has fear. It's just, what do you do when you have that fear? Do you use, now, when I was younger, I studied martial arts a lot when I was younger, and I learned this through, obviously I didn't meet him, Bruce Lee, but my sensei taught me something that Bruce Lee taught him. And it was that you take that energy from that fear and you convert it into action. And that was one of Bruce Lee's philosophies. When you create that fear, when you have that sense of fear, okay, or you're scared, you take that energy and you convert that energy into action, into power, okay, to defeat your opponent. Okay. So anyways, being courageous is acting despite that fear. What do you do with that energy, that fear? Okay. Number 41, being competitive. They're very competitive. Like I said, they have urgency. Everything's got to be done now, not later. 42, extremely, they learn this now there are people that are the most charismatic and charming people, they're born that way. Okay. But you can learn to be more charismatic or more charming. The wealthiest people on the world, they are like, it's just when they come in the room, right? For example, when I worked, this may sound kooky to some of you, okay? When I worked for Tony Robbins, I was one of his founding coaches. He personally trained us, and a group of us to start his coaching company. I shared an office with his son Josh, and his ex-wife Becky had an office across the hall, so she'd be listening, and Josh would be listening every time I was coaching someone. But you knew when Tony Robbins was in the building. And it was a build, we went from a small building to a big building. But when we're in the big building, you just had that feeling that somebody's here, right? And it's that charismatic person. Wealthy people are charismatic. They're very charismatic. You feel that energy, that aura around you. They're very charming. 43, they're optimistic. 44, they have thick skin. You have to have thick skin. If you're going to negotiate and deal with people, the wealthier, more successful you have, you're going to have more people judging you, right? You're going to have the trolls and the haters. You got to have thick skin, right? 45, they're team players. They're willing to lead and follow, right? So when it's time to lead, they take the lead, right? But when it's time, if there's another leader, they will follow and do their best to make that leader look good because they understand leadership. Which one are we at here? 46. We're almost done, guys. So they believe in health. They take good care of themselves. Granted, you got your people that don't always take care of themselves, but typically wealthy people, they do take good care of themselves. They understand that it's about energy. You have to have energy, right, to do the actions that it takes to create wealth, right? You got to get up every day and you got to do the stuff, right? So if you don't have energy and you're just lazy and sitting around, you're not going to get anything done, right? 47, don't overpay. They don't overpay. Wealthy people do not overpay. They, check the phone bill. They check their restaurant check. They watch subscriptions. They use those apps that check subscriptions and things that make sure that, oh, hey, did you, make sure the kids didn't sign up for a $4 monthly app. Yeah, it's $4, but it's $4. It's like, they're very adamant of like not spending money where it doesn't really need to be spent to create wealth. Okay. Have your business pay for that stuff, right? Have your assets pay for that stuff. Don't be taking your money and wasting it. 48, automate as much as possible. Wealthy people automate as much as they can. They learn how to leverage. That's what I learned from Tony Robbins, was leveraging. leveraging everything that you don't want to do. You don't want to shop, have somebody else do it. Now keep all the other things in mind, but when you can, and if you can't, think about, how can I create an asset so I don't have to shop? How can I create an asset that pays for my cleaner? How can I, you know what I mean? Buy a cleaning business, buy a grocery store, things like that. That's what they do. They automate as much as they can. They're investing, they're saving, things like that. They automate it all. Okay, great. So here are my notes real quick. If you watched the video before, and I mentioned this earlier, did you go create that bank account that automatically takes your money weekly or monthly, at least 10 or 20%, 20% preferably, and automate that it saves it so you can invest it? Wealth first happens in your mind. And if you don't get wealth in your mind, in your head, it doesn't matter what it is. How you think is more important than what you do in the first phase of building wealth. What you think is more important than what you do. So if you're not getting what you want, you got to look at what you're thinking. Think like a millionaire, then you'll act like a millionaire. Okay. One of my friends, he's also one of my coaches that he uses our business coaching program, Marshall Silver. He's got a great program. It's called What Would a Millionaire Do? So if you, and it will program subconsciously while you're listening to it. It also is he's the world's greatest hypnotist. And Marshall Silver, if you don't know who he is, look him up, go get his program. What Would a Millionaire Do? And it's called What Would a Millionaire Do? And he's programming you on the mind of a millionaire. Okay. And he's definitely a millionaire. Okay. People who understand, I shouldn't say millionaire. He's probably a billionaire by now. He's multi-millionaire. What was this other note here? Oh, people who understand money. Okay. I don't know what that was. I think I was probably a thought that I had or something. Oh, the lottery example. Yeah. So, you understand the lottery example. So there's people that, they get money and then it's gone in what? I don't know. I don't know the stats, but they say it's gone fairly quickly. So people that have won 10, 20, 30, $50 million within a few years, the money's all gone. And that's because they don't think like a millionaire. They think like a poor person, right? They don't change their mindset. So that money just goes, right? Anyway, so rich people stay rich. We're almost done. Rich people stay rich by living like they're broke. Broke people stay poor by living like they're rich. Okay. So how you think and what you feel determines what's in your wallet. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, here's a homework. What are your 5 out of the 48 we went over? If you need a screenshot real quick. Well, let me read this first. Hold on. Sorry. 1 second. So what are your 5 out of those 48 that you need to be focused in for you to get your millionaire thinking, your mind going towards becoming a multimillionaire? Which one do you need to focus on? So here they are again. You need to take a screenshot. They don't all fit in there. So, sorry. It's very sensitive. Let me use my finger. There we go. All right. Take a screenshot. There's 47 of them. And I'll scroll up a little bit in a second. So take your screenshot. Let me make sure my face is not. Has my face been there in the way? I hope not. Probably. So there's a screenshot real quick. All right. And there's the last ones down there on the screenshot. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys go and think like a wealthy person. Take care. Bye-bye.